Hi everybody and welcome to NJPW Extra. I'm Chris Charlton right here in the event center where it's been a crazy week all around the world, and I do mean all around the world, for New Japan Pro Wrestling. This time on Extra we're going to be taking a look at the international scene with plenty of events coming to the US, to the UK and beyond with the launch of NJPW TAMASHII as well. So there's no time to waste. Let's get to it, and we'll start with Royal Quest 2 in London. Our next international events are coming up October the 1st and 2nd, Crystal Palace for Royal Quest 2, and big news came out this week about Night 1 after Aussie Open called out IWGP Tag Team Champions FTR back at Nashville in July and continued provocations in a recent interview. FTR responded and the match was made official. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler will defend the IWGP Tag Team Championships for the first time on October the 1st, Night 1 of Royal Quest 2, with Night 2 seeing the alpha female Jazzy Gabert and Ava White contest the first match of the IWGP Women's Championship Tournament, and many more matches to be announced. These are two events that you do not want to miss. It's been a hectic few weeks on NJPW Strong as well, and a successful one for the United Empire. Aussie Open becoming the first ever Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions in Charlotte, and then this past week defending their championships for the second time against West Coast Wrecking Crew in the Vermont Hollywood as Fighting Spirit Unleashed kicked off on Strong. Meanwhile, High Alert was capped off in Charlotte by Fred Rosser, who retained the Strong Openweight Championship in his own second defense against a very vicious and competitive Fred Yehai, who more than lived up to the Savage Weight moniker. Yehai targeted the arm of Rosser, who was in deep trouble, but the Mr. No Days Off work ethic paid off as he was able to grit through the pain and eventually finish Yehai off with the Emerald Flosion. But he had a surprise challenger greet him next. TJP headed to the ring after he'd had his own success in Charlotte, airing just 1 week before. After fighting for years to defeat Mascara Dorada, the Public Enemy was finally able to do just that after a thrilling match but with a controversial ending, as TJP took advantage of loosened strings on Mascara Dorada's mask and pulled the hood off of his opponent while he was struggling in the leg hold to score a tainted victory. Still, that was motivation enough and momentum enough for TJP to issue a challenge to Fred Rosser. That match to come on NJPW Strong soon. TJP becomes the first junior heavyweight to challenge for Fred Rosser's Strong Openweight Championship, and the junior heavyweights were highlighted in Charlotte first in a spectacular three-way match between Blake Christian, Hiromu Takahashi, and El Desperado that had an electric atmosphere in the Grady Cole Center, but that ended with Pinche Loco from El Desperado to Blake Christian, and junior heavyweights continue to be highlighted on NJPW Strong. This week, it was former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Robbie Eagles that took on Kevin Blackwood, a thrilling competitive bout full of technical intricacies and vicious strikes that ended with a Ron Miller special for Robbie Eagles. And the coming weeks on Strong will soon see Kushida and Taiji Ishimori both in action as Ishimori continues to assess the time split. But speaking of assessments, one of the biggest surprises of the Charlotte series came in the perhaps unenviable surprise appearance of one QT Marshall. QT would run down the crowd at the Grady Cole Center before bringing out local young prospect Parker Lee for a quick ego-boosting decision. But he would be surprised by the sudden appearance of one Shota Umino. After already having made appearances in Chicago and Nashville, Umino has declared that he'll be making NJPW Strong his home for a little while and is already on a collision course with the Factory's QT Marshall. Where will all these roads take us? Keep watching NJPW Strong Saturdays at 8/7 Central on NJPW World to find out. What a week of news it has been around the world for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and what a busy event schedule as we continue into the autumn. October the 1st and 2nd, London sees Royal Quest 2 in Crystal Palace. Hop on those last tickets now. It's going to be an incredible pair of events in London that you want to be a part of. Then, a couple of weeks later, October the 16th, NJPW Strong returns to its home in the Vermont, Hollywood for New Japan Showdown, including Minoru Suzuki making his return to the US, Jay White, Fred Rosser, many more. Make sure you're a part of it. A few days after that, Rumble on 44th Street and a pay-per-view scale event in the Palladium in New York, including the Stars of Stardom, part of a New Japan of America event for the first time ever. Make sure you're a part of that one. And how about our friends in Australasia, New Zealand, Australia? You've waited a long time, and here it is. New Japan TAMASHII, a brand new brand from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll see the very best of talents from New Zealand Dojo, from Australia, from Oceania and beyond. And those first events are coming November the 11th, Christchurch, New Zealand, and November the 13th, Sydney, Australia. Kenta and Taiji Ishimori, Bad Luck Fale, and all the best stars from the region will be in action. Make sure you're a part of it and get those tickets right now, njpw1972.com for more information. So that's it for another busy period on NJPW Extra. We'll be back in a couple of weeks to check back in with the Japanese scene. Until then, go kigen yo, sayonara.